Yes, yes, y'all. You're listening to the dailybreadproject.com. I am stoked that you are here. We're going to be bringing our guest in just a moment. Bring this thing live to Facebook. We come to you live every weekday right now, 10 a.m. Eastern, thedailybreadproject.com. See, my guest is here, so I'm going to bring her up and I'm going to get this thing moving live to Facebook, and then we're going to hop in and rock and roll, bring you your daily dose of light, daily dose of positivity, love, happiness, all the good things in the world. They're right here. You're finding them right here on thedailybreadproject.com. That is what we do. So let me bring us live to the Facebook page, if I can do this. You'd think I'd have this all down by now, but apparently I don't. All right, so we're going live to Facebook. Everything should be working, but you never know. And I'm going to say hi to you, Katie. Katie Danger, welcome back. I don't know why you want to be here with me, but I'm grateful for it. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing good this morning. Can you hear me? I always got to ask that question, make sure.
Huh? What'd you say? No, of course I can hear you.
Okay, you had me for 1 second. 1 second.
Oh, yeah. All right. So it looks like everything's working there. I'll do the
All right.
intro and then we'll rock with this. So here we go.
All right.
You are listening to the dailybreadproject.com. This is where we bring you power, positivity, leadership, and love. The world is crazy. It's chaotic. The news is pounding you over the head that things are bad. And I'm here to tell you they're not that bad, at least not right here. We want to build you up. We want to make you happy. We want to fill you with joy so that you could pass that light on to everyone around you. And I bring this to you daily, but I can't do it by myself. I have to bring some of the most positive, most influential leaders I know. And today I have, for a second time, Miss Katie Danger. What is up?
I'm doing great this morning, Jonathan. I hope you're doing well too. Is it beautiful in Florida right now?
Oh, no. Today it's rainy and I made an excuse and skipped my morning walk because it's cloudy out and I'm a chump.
Um, so it's like in Nebraska. I'm in Omaha, and it's like having a real tough time figuring out what time of year it is. And I'm looking out the window this morning. It's supposed to snow today. It's supposed to start in a few hours and
What?
just snow. Yeah, I know. We're supposed to get maybe 2 inches of slush and snow, and it's just gross. And I'm looking out the window and thinking, wow, I really think this quarantine, I mean, it can get better or worse, really depending on what area of the country you're in. I mean, how are people in Alaska doing this? Like, sometimes I'm just going crazy with this little carrot dangling, like, oh, we'll give you 70 degrees for one day, and then just snatches it away, and then it's winter again. So,
No
and
kidding.
anyway, just trying to figure out what's going on with Mother Nature. But other than that, things are pretty good. Things are pretty good. How about on your end?
Is this still the same place you recorded last time? It looks like you've done so much work over there. What are you doing down there?
Yes. So I
Mission
was wondering if
control.
you'd noticed, but yeah. So last time, like, I'm in my basement, right? So it probably up until about 2 weeks ago, it was a basement. We just threw everything down here, and then we've lived here for 4 years now, so stuff just started piling up. I swear it was just this year. I'm looking around and I'm thinking, my God, we've got a lot of stuff. I don't know where it all came from. So, I probably 2 weeks ago, it was really sunny and nice out. It was beautiful, and I guess I was sick and tired of being on the work on the job, and I just said I got to clean this place out. So I cleaned under the stairs, I cleaned down here, organized. I made it more in a home office, so it feels like it's an office and not necessarily a basement.
It looks good. And you know what's interesting about that, and this is like sidebar chit chat, but you're in the Facebook group, you're part of the Podcast Factory family, and I posted up in there a book, The Happiness Project, and one of the first lessons that she shares in there in her Happiness Project was to declutter, and she became a declutter maniac. And I actually did that. So similar to you, I have a closet that's my closet here, and I'm like, I hate this closet. It's a mess. And that's what I did. I'm like, I can't work. I can't do anything. And I think it was just a distraction. I went and cleaned the closet. Now, every time I open it, I'm like, oh.
Right? I know, I know. I come downstairs, I look around, everything is tidy and has a place. It just makes me feel good. It does.
Weird.
And sometimes you really do just need the little things. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
helps.
yeah.
It helps.
Cool. So here, since the last time you were here, I've changed things up a little bit. I've formalized it. This is going to be episode 30, so you'd think I'd learn a thing or two by now.
Yeah.
So what we do is break it down to power, positivity, leadership, and love. And so what I want to ask you right now, first thing, what would you say your superpower is?
Of the power, positivity, leadership, or love, or
No,
just
what
any
is your
superpower?
superpower? What is your superpower in the world right now? What would you say is a thing that makes you stand out, makes you really charges you up, empowers you up? What would you say that is?
I know exactly. I know I'm going to get everything that I want in life. I really truly believe that.
How do you believe that?
I just know. I just know. There's really no other option. Why would I want to believe anything else? Why would I want to believe that my life is going to end up incomplete or unfulfilled? I don't think that's a very self-serving belief. So I just choose what makes me feel better. And I really don't think having the mindset where you think you're going to accomplish all your wildest dreams, I don't think that that's hindering anything I want to do, because I do. I want to change the world.
Yes. I love it. I haven't heard that before, and I like it. Now, I'm with you. I mean, uh, it really leads into my next question perfectly. And so, with that belief that you have that you're going to accomplish all the wonderful things in the world, that obviously helps you get out of bed. And I want to ask you how that plays into you being able to stay positive every day, or as positive as you can. We're not all positive every single day.
Um, yeah, let me tell you about yesterday. So I learned a lot about myself yesterday, because it's probably the worst day that I've had in the past 4 to 6 weeks. If I guess I feel like, has it been 6 to 8 weeks now that this is kind of the
They're
quarantine?
all
I don't even
blending
care
together.
anymore. It's just the way life is. So yesterday was a terrible day. I really am not sure why. I just was feeling emotionally drained, tired. I have a lot of work I want to get done, and I had no ambition or desire to get it done. It was kind of like an F it sort of day. But you know what, Jonathan? I'm willing to suffer. I'm willing to suffer. I'm willing to have brief moments where it's a grind and it hurts physically, mentally, emotionally, because I know that it's not going to always be that way. And I know that if I push through, I'm going to be better on the other side. And I guess I'm just able to look at that small little end result or small future moment I'm looking for. I just want to come out on the other side just a little bit. It's not about feeling like crap and then being joyful and grateful immediately, complete 180. It's kind of just like, I need to make my degrees of change small. But I'm willing to suffer, because I understand it is the process. It is part of the process. You can't possibly you can't remove suffering from the equation. It's just there.
Powerful. Suffering
Yeah.
is there, and you have to work through it. So let's talk about that end vision. So there's things that you want to accomplish. There's a brighter future, and how do you get clear on that? How do you know what that future looks like so that you can enjoy the process getting there?
For me, it's changed in the past 10 years. I've just become more clear as I've gotten married. I now am an entrepreneur. This is my career. This is who I am. So I would say, like, in my 20s, I just wanted to have a lot of money, just wanted to be rich and famous, whatever. But now, as it's changed, it just starts with your values, who you want to be around as you progress through life. I found my person, which is great. So all of those visions, I have that person in mind. But my vision right now, it's probably not as, I don't know. I don't know what other people's vision looks like, but mine is very specific. It is a place in San Diego. It is a house on the beach. I can smell it. I can feel it. I can even smell the minerally salt of the ocean water. And it's gotten clear like that. And I've visualized. I do affirmations every single morning. But it's just this small little visualization I have at the end of my affirmations in the morning, where I just think about that moment in San Diego on our beachfront house. And I'm sitting on the porch in the morning, and I don't even know if the sun's come up yet. I have my coffee. I just know I'm exactly where I need to be. And I don't want to lose that future self. Like, that Katie exists. So I just have to keep doing what I need to do not necessarily worry about the how, but just know that that is a place that exists. Maybe in my mind only right now, but that's how manifestations start.
Right. It's a matter of having that picture. And I will tell you that when I was younger, I thought that was BS.
I
And so
did too.
I,
I did too.
I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. But I have, as I've gotten older, I've realized that you are, you're at the top. So this is I actually got this at Strategic Coach when I was there the last time, where Gary, a former Army Ranger, talked about taking his crew mountain climbing and doing this big ascent and all that. And if you walk up to the mountain and look up at it, it seems impossible. It seems like treacherous and like you'll never accomplish it. But the way to get there is what you just said. The way to get there is put yourself at the top mentally, and then you can start building the pieces that you need to get
Mm-hmm.
there. So you have your house in San Diego, you have that cup of coffee, you're on the beach smelling the salt air, which is hitting all your senses so that you can really believe it. And now you can trust yourself to build the road there. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And the only reason I know it works is because I'm living it right now. This here was me visualizing this as I took a nap or meditated. And so I know it works. Everything
Yeah,
I've ever wanted, I visualized first and got there. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have the secret to have everything you want.
that's
Visualize
it.
it and do the work. Drop the
Yeah,
mic, Katie.
yeah. You got to do the work, and that's ultimately where the success and the failures of the world lie. And it's the people who just stopped working. You fail if you stop. That's the only time that you fail. That's the only way you'll never get to where you want to go. That's the only difference. Um, yeah, I suppose that's profound just to put it out there in the open. I think all of these things, but oftentimes you don't necessarily talk about them with others. So glad it's good to have this in a conversation format. It makes it even more real.
Most people wouldn't get it. That's why we're here on the Daily Bread Project together.
Yeah.
Is we all get it and we're sharing it for whoever wants it. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
here, it's real. You have to make a choice. So, all right, let's keep moving here. Um, let's talk a little bit about leadership. Things are shifting around, things are moving.
Mm.
I don't know what's changed, if anything, for you, but how are you leading at home? How are you leading your team? How are you leading your followers? What's new? What's different? What's changed?
Well, leading at home, I just want to stay in a routine. So I still go to bed at the same time. I get up at the same time. Um, Probably the most difficult thing that I am lacking in that I'm usually good in is staying on point with my diet. It's just
Isn't it?
it's a roller coaster there. It's been the toughest part. I didn't anticipate that. Working out at home has been so much easier than not eating like a slob. But whatever.
We're over here
I'm
doing the same thing, Katie. Don't feel bad. We're
uh
Cupcake and I are having the conversation this morning. Did you weigh yourself? I weighed myself. I'm the heaviest I've been. Well, what the hell are we doing differently? I don't know.
I know. Oh my God. I saw a meme the other day talking about coming out of this 15 pounds heavier. And I'm like, well, might not be too far off. But anyway, I don't want to digress too much. So leading at home, I've just tried to do the same things I've always done. And we've been really good about the yin and the yang of life. But leadership within my community, Ready Nutrition, Coach Katie Danger, I have just been wanting to create, not worrying so much about sales. Even when we talked a couple weeks ago, I knew that if one focusing on sales is never the answer anyway. Sure, they make you feel good, but I just am keeping myself accountable to the values of educate, inspire, and empower. And the best way I can do that is by creating. So I'm creating a ton of content. I created a whole new Ready Nutrition website that I'm going to be launching here. I've been testing it with some people, but it's going to launch next week. I built it myself. Um, so I want to just continue to put out the best possible product I can. And this certainly helps. So creating is the way that I know how to do that.
I love it. And so, with a lot of people, their excuse is they don't have the time to do stuff when life is happening to them and they're in their daily
Yeah.
grind. They don't have the time, and we have. It seems to me like we have more time than ever, and so you're using that time to create anything else that you have put off that you're doing now with the extra time you have.
Building that entire website, that takes a ton of work, but I want to do it myself because I just can't It's control. I want it to be perfect, right? Um, so I built the website. I have started to build my personal brand, Coach Katie Danger. Before, everything's kind of just been Red H Nutrition. But because that's a product, I really want to have products and services. I mean, what I do in terms of leadership is different than just, I'm not just selling supplements. I've got so many other things to offer. So creating those paths and those avenues and differentiating between the two, that's been challenging but fun because it's always something I've wanted to do.
Talk to me about that, because I thought something was going on, because the Coach Katie Danger, did you just like update what's going on? Why the personal brand, and what is the motivation? Because I thought I noticed something like that going on recently.
Well, I kept finding that I wasn't, it started with my mailing list. I've always been disappointed with my mailing list. I've got a lot of subscribers, but really, really low engagement rate. So that doesn't matter to me. I could have 1 million subscribers, but if only one person's reading it. So I just kind of started to think about the messages that I was sharing, and I have a lot of good messages, but that's the problem. It's like spray and pray, right? You put it all out there and then you just wait and see who comes and who hears it. Well, I learned a long time ago in terms of marketing, the more clear, concise, and specific your message is, the better. So I wanted to take Red X Nutrition and I wanted it to be very specific to the everyday athlete. It's supplementation, it is micronutrition. That's how I help bridge gaps and help people with wellness. But then I've got me, Katie Danger, and I like to talk about leadership and 1% opportunities in training. I like to talk about my training experiences. So that's when I realized I'm like, I've got two very distinct markets here and maybe demographics. So I really thought it was important to split those. And that, once again, takes a lot of time because you've got to be like, what's my message here? What's my message here? And then you got to set up all the back end emails and tags, all that stuff. So a lot of admin work in the business, but I've also spent a lot of time on my business too.
It sounds to me like you're looking for more fulfillment. Is that close or accurate to what's going on? Like the Red H wasn't fulfilling you as much as.
Yeah, because they are supplements, and at the end of the day, if it was completely gone, if Red H Nutrition didn't exist, I'm still Katie Danger. So I realized like I almost feel like that is far greater of an offering to the world than just the product is. I don't know if I did it backwards. I don't know if I did it right in terms of what a guru would say, but I started with the product and I realized that I've got a whole lot more to offer the world than just a product.
I'm going to tell you what it is. You ready for it?
Bring it.
We've all done it, and I'm notoriously bad at this, so that's why I can identify this in a second. You were hiding behind the business, like just this is a business. I don't know if I want to put myself out there, and then you realize, oh crap, I'm holding out. I really need to do this.
Yeah, and that I want to get out there and I want to tell people about the things I've experienced, maybe save them some trouble, share some wisdom. Because all the things we're talking about right now, I just always wonder, what would my life have been like if I knew that 5 years ago, 10 years ago? I don't know if I was ready then, but I just know that I don't know. Anyway, I want somebody to hear this and it could change their life so they don't have to go any more days, I guess, ignorant to what the possibilities of their lives are.
Yeah, I love it, and I hear what you're saying, and I'm there with you. It's like if I could shave off somebody else's learning curve, then it fulfills me just a little bit. Ego maybe, I don't know, but hey, I wish I would have had this, so I'm putting it out there. So I feel you on that, because I hid behind my brand for the longest time. It's only in the last couple years where I put my face on it. Which I wonder what would have happened if I would have done that, like you said, 5 years ago. I might have, might be in a different position. So let's talk about opportunity. And this is the part where I say love. What are the opportunities that you are loving right now?
I like to test my discipline. When I am able to stick to a routine, a plan, put one foot in front of the other one. When I just talked about how I had a really terrible day yesterday, the fact that I woke up this morning, I was disciplined to stick with my day yesterday, even though it just didn't feel good. And I woke up this morning like, I feel so much better. This is great. I'm glad that I just stuck with it and didn't throw in the towel. So I really, really get a kick out of being able to be disciplined. That's probably my second superpower is, I mean, I'm disciplined. I can do anything I put my mind to.
I believe that is a superpower. Most people do not have it. Discipline, then you throw the focus in there with it, and you're changing the world one step at a time. It doesn't have to be like a big explosion of change, but every day showing up.
Yeah, it's the itty bitty things.
I love it. I love it. All right, cool. So, big one for you here. This is my new favorite one.
Okay.
Fast forward 5 years from today. You look back, 2020. How do you want to be remembered?
As somebody who was present, available, and positive, and didn't give up, didn't give in, just admitted when it got hard, because I know other people feel it's hard. And I really think one of the most ridiculous things is believing that some people are like infallible or they don't have the same feelings as a normal human. I'm a normal human who has all the same brain parts and bits as everybody else. And if I can do it, somebody else can too.
Yes. All right. So now this is where I open it up. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the Daily Bread listeners? Any encouragement, any positivity, anything else that's on your mind?
Yes. In our last talk, we referred to this waiting for life to get back to normal. And you kind of put your life on hold and don't make decisions, don't do anything. And I want to encourage people that if there's something you want to do right now, and that could be anything, it could be something small to make breakfast, go to the store, or start a business, any level, whatever you want to do, the power that you have right now in what people think is a powerless situation is to still make a decision. Make a decision, do something, create something, decide to do something, because otherwise you're just being stagnant. And I can 100% promise you that if you're stagnant, you're going to be the same exact person 10 days from now, 10 years from now. So make decisions. Life doesn't have to be put on hold. Whatever you were doing, maybe you can't go the same route, but you can still do what you want to do.
I dig it. I dig it. So you are listening to dailybreadproject.com. This is Katie Danger. Go look her up. Coach Katie Danger from Red H Nutrition. We're
There we
putting you
go.
ahead of it, right?
Yeah, I like that.
So look her up. She is a powerhouse. Katie, thank you so much for being so generous with your time and just sharing with us. I always love talking to you, and I am excited for your new moves.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yes. Ciao.